excited to be the medical director, scientific advisor for Elamir. And this is going to be a wild ride, you guys. I've been in the industry for over 20 years, but I'll just tell you a little bit about my background in gastroenterology. And Shanna, you said it appropriately. You know, gastroenterology is hard for people to pronounce, and my kids could never say it, so they just coined me the butts and guts doctor. And then my friends called me the ass and gas doctor. So I've had like all kinds of nicknames being, you know, a butts and guts doctor. But you know, when I trained at Hahnemann University in Philadelphia for my internship and residency, then I went to the University of Arizona Medical Center and I trained there in GI fellowship. And I was the very first woman to ever be accepted to that fellowship program and the very first woman to complete that program in Arizona. And so I went into a very male dominated field, but I had a huge, wonderful practice, but it was a grueling practice. Now you would come and see me if you had disorders of the esophagus, the stomach, small intestine, large intestine, the rectal, anal region, pancreas, your gallbladder, your liver. So I saw a lot of reflux esophagitis, ulcer disease, hepatitis, pancreatitis, Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, cancers, and a lot of irritable bowel. And truly, one of my platforms over the years, after retiring in 2005, I've been retired for a long time, is that what I've recognized that we are a toxic society. We're imbalanced, and what we put into our bodies directly has an impact on our internal health, our cellular health, which, you know, it sounds so simple, but people just don't kind of grasp it. And, you know, I'm always looking for great new technology, ways to enter into the body with nutrients that affect our cells. Can you still hear me, my dear?
Okay, I think you just need to unmute Dr. Becky.
Okay, did you hear any of that?
I think we only missed a little part. Somebody was unmuted.
Oh, okay. So you caught my introduction then?
Yes, we did.
Okay, very good. Sorry, I don't know how that happened. But anyway, so about 2 weeks ago, I was introduced to Van, and absolutely awed by her brilliance and her intelligence and her vision, her mission with this company. But also when I got to meet Mike, the scientist behind this technology, the cyclodextrin technology, it really blew me away because I understand absorption and passive diffusion and how we get nutrients into our body. Well, we have something that's completely different than anything else that's out there. You've heard of liposomal technology and absorption. You've heard of nanotechnology and absorption. This is something completely different. Cyclodextrin is based on enrobing nutrients with glucose molecules, just a couple little tiny molecules that allow these nutrients to go right into our system. When I do my first call on Tuesday next week, which will be 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm going to really dissect cyclodextrin and what this means. I'm going to take you through a study that will absolutely make you understand how this absorption happens and why we're different from liposomal and why we're different from nano. So just a little bit of background on this technology is that you're able to take nutrients. Okay, the nutrients in this product are very important. The N-acetylcysteine, the thiamine, and the curcumin. These are the triad that works synergistically to bring balance and homeostasis into our body. They're powerful antioxidants, but we're using micrograms of them, just little tiny amounts of these nutrients enrobed in these glucose molecules that when placed on the tongue come right into the system. So they're not degraded by hydrochloric acid, they're not degraded by the liver, they're just coming right in and doing their job. And the reason for this, and I will get into that more on Tuesday, is that we're able to take micrograms and deliver bioavailability and efficacy and safety with nutrients. So instead of like taking handfuls of pills, like milligrams of curcumin and thiamine and N-acetylcysteine, you're just not even getting that bioavailability for the reasons I mentioned. Well, now we can take micrograms, enrobe them in glucose molecules, place it on the tongue, and bam, it works. Now, some people will feel it immediately. Some people, it may take a little bit longer. sometimes you don't even feel it, but you know you need it because these are powerful antioxidants. They support your brain chemistry, they support your microbiome of your gut, they're supporting your liver and your thyroid, your endocrine system, and your immune system. So I'm not going to get into great detail, but one of my other soapboxes outside of being such a toxic society is that we have a microbiome that lives in our intestines. This is trillions of organisms. It sounds so bizarre, but that's what it is. It's trillions of organisms that are responsible for our immune system, our endocrine system, to prevent leaky gut, to help people with inflammation, to help people with brain chemistry issues, mental issues, because the microbiome, and hence the name Axis Clarity, the axis is the gut-brain connection. This is huge because when I was in practice, there was no mention of this connection. Everyone thought that if you were just kind of out there mentally, then that's why you had intestinal issues. That's not the case. You need to support the microbiome so that it can also support the brain. And we're going to create healthy, happy neurotransmitters like serotonin, like GABA, and we stimulate this nerve called the vagus nerve. I like to coin it as the superhighway between the brain and the gut. It's this constant superhighway that's communicating between our brain and our gut and our gut and our brain. So when you take these nutrients and bam, they work like that, the micrograms are delivering bioavailability on the lines like we have never seen, and it's safe and it's efficacious. It's going to stimulate our microbiome to go, okay, we're going to be healthy and happy in here. We're going to produce healthy, happy neurotransmitters. We're going to help your brain. We're going to stabilize your thoughts and your mental capacity and your clarity. So if you think about the name Axis Clarity, what a brilliant name you have in your hands, because we've got the axis going on and the clarity that's also being accomplished. And going into a season of Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's and stress and parties and oh my, like, you know, it's just a stressful time for a lot of people. We don't eat as well. We may be drinking things we shouldn't be. We probably not staying hydrated, drinking too much caffeine. So we're in this stressful position. Why not take Axis Clarity, stick a strip on the tongue 1 to 2 times a day to bring it down, to calm it down, to stabilize the mood, and to stabilize that microbiome, and hence in turn stabilize our brain. And what I love about the microbiome is that, and these nutrients, is they help to stabilize the inner lining of our intestines. So, you know, if you think about the lining of our gut, if you have like the junctions starting to come apart, that can cause something called leaky gut. These nutrients support the integrity of the lining of the intestines and the junctions, so that we're preventing and trying to prevent as much as possible any leaky gut. So if you think about leaky gut syndrome, you know, our gut handles waste. So if you're leaking, you know, waste into the vascular system, what does that set up? It sets up inflammation in our body. I mean, it's been proven. And inflammation is a secret killer. I mean, we thought years ago that just heart disease was, you know, plaque, but actually it has a lot to do with just the inflammatory cascade that has an effect of our vascular system. So, you know, the secret killer, inflammation, can affect your heart, your lungs, your kidneys, your liver, your pancreas, your gut. Obviously, you know, autoimmune phenomenon, arthritic phenomenon. So what we're doing is we're balancing the body with these nutrients to ward off inflammation, especially chronic inflammation that can also lead to weight gain and metabolic syndrome. Metabolic syndrome being your type 2 diabetes, hypertension, cardiac disease, high cholesterol, high triglycerides. So it's like this bad cascade of stuff that can happen in our bodies because we're toxic, we're not supporting our microbiome. So what we're doing is we're addressing that on that cellular level. And we're getting down to the level of DNA. That's also been shown that antioxidants prevent oxidative damage from toxicity. Everything we eat, we drink, we breathe, we touch, because remember, the skin's the largest organ of your body. So you can pull toxins through your pores, and all that stuff comes in and just wreaks havoc. So what do we want to do? We want to support the body's ability to stay strong. And I'll kind of close with this. In our intestinal tract with this microbiome, you also have this immune system. 85%, and some experts will tell you it's bigger than that percentage, of our immune system sits in our gut. Pretty impressive. Did you know the largest endocrine system in our body sits in our gut? That's pretty impressive. And endocrine meaning hormonal balance. Women, estrogens, men, testosterone. So we've got this microbiome, this gut that's housing the immune system, the endocrine system. And then obviously these nutrients fuel the liver, and they fuel the respiratory system, and they fuel the kidneys. Those are detoxifying areas of our body, as well as what we eliminate from our intestinal tract. So when you do that and you support the brain chemistry, we're just creating balance. So you go into the holidays and you start the new year. I mean, I wouldn't wait till the new year. I would start now. We need it now. And so we go into the holidays and start the new year balanced and feeling good and feeling clarity, feeling the focus, stabilizing the mood. Everyone's going to have their results. If you don't feel it, I love what Van said the other day to me on the phone. And I think she shared this on the leadership call. She goes, I take vitamin C and I take oregano oil and I take this and I take that. She goes, I don't feel it, but I know it's good for me. And I know it's there to stabilize me in one way or another. She's absolutely right. I take a lot of different nutrients. I don't feel it. I've been taking nutrients for decades, but I know that because I'm doing that, I don't get sick. I just don't. I mean, I thank goodness I have such a healthy body and brain, but I've been taking nutrients that I know have fueled the microbiome and fueled the brain chemistry, the immune system, the endocrine system, the liver, the thyroid, my lungs, my kidneys. I mean, you guys, this is just a way to get your body back in balance. The other thing you need to be really excited about, because when I talk to Mike, the scientist, oh my, this guy's brilliant. I mean, I love working with Van and Mike and the whole team and all you leaders. You guys are, I mean, you're go-getters, you're bright, you're brilliant, you're just out there sharing this message. That's what we have in our hands. But Mike has some stuff up his sleeve that's coming soon. And we're going to be this international strip sensation. And I've been in the industry since 1999, okay? And I left medicine in 2005 to pursue the industry full-time as not only a distributor, but also medical director and scientific advisor and formulator and all those different roles that I've led and helped hundreds of thousands of people. And I have been on that kind of ride before, where I've watched a company go from startup to $1 billion and keep going. And that's what you have in your hands, because these strips, you can send them anywhere. You can mail them like a postcard. You're not sending gallons of protein powder and you know, liquids. And you've got this strip, and there's more to come. So this is an amazing opportunity, and to grow at such, you know, great capacity. Going into the 4th month, I am shocked at how many leaders I have talked to on the phone in the past 2 days. And my phone and Facebook has been blowing up. I've never seen this, because the last company that went to $1 billion and I was there to watch it, there was like maybe 10 leaders in the first 9 months. You guys, wow, what you have in your hands is spectacular. And I'm here for the ride. I'm here to help you, support your team. I'm here to educate. I don't prescribe drugs. I am retired. I'm not here for a patient-doctor relationship. I'm here to educate. And I can help you educate, but you know, we're going to create tools so that you can say, you know what? I know this technology is very unique. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not in the medical world, or maybe I'm in the medical world, but this is a little bit too complex. We're going to have tools. We'll have videos. We'll have brochures. We'll have things that you can share that explain the technology and explain it in such a way that people go, I get it. This is unique. But you know, the proof's in the pudding. You need to enjoy the product and give it a try and share it with people. What a great gift you can give people over the holiday season. Don't give them a bottle of wine. Don't give them, you know, a bunch of garbage. Give them this to help them maintain their homeostasis and their balance.